pedalboard building.
Yep.
Cables.
Yep.
Patch cables.
Patch cables. It's the be all and end all of the entire project.
It
it's
is
all about the cables.
And same as me, you've never really built a proper pedal board.
Nope.
I mean, I started guitar years ago. I just had everything in a box, stuck down.
I had when I was learning, when I was younger, I was in a little band, non-professional.
Yeah.
Had this Korg kind of Toneworks multi-effects unit. It was the kind of thing that was just available at the time, like 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
Never had all the individual pedals. Never needed cables.
Yeah.
And then obviously kids come along, and the guitar gets put away, and that's it. That's never coming back.
Me too.
Yeah. Me too. That could be a movement. We could make that a thing.
We could make it.
Maybe we should check if there's already one out there. I don't know. Oh dear. Anyway, kids getting older.
Yeah.
Getting back into it. I'd still got this old Korg unit, but you start looking on YouTube and we'll see what's out there, and you see all these wonderful pedals, and it's like, oh, such wonderful things. I must
have them.
I must try them, because obviously my level of skill demands that I have these pedals. All right. Or maybe it's just a substitute for the lack of skill I have playing guitar. So the last thing in the world you're thinking is, oh, what about the cables? That's just a thing,
Yeah.
And anyway, there's all
this knowledge out there on the forums.
Absolutely, and everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert. Every YouTube channel you go on, they talk to you like, this is it. This is absolutely what you need to do. Now, I reckon I could do that. I reckon I could do enough research and then come on here and talk about how I've known all this stuff forever, and this is what you need to do. And all you're doing is regurgitating everything else that's out there. But in honest truth, I didn't know anything about this till a month ago. And like a lot of people, what is this all about? Why are we even having to talk about patch cables?
Show us.
Okay.
Show us a standard patch cable.
Okay, so
a standard C-type patch
cable. Well, yeah. So this is I didn't even know a C-type patch cable. So for those who don't know, patch cables, it's the things that plug the pedals together. You're creating a chain of effects
from one to the other,
one going into the other.
Yeah.
I mean, you disappear down the rabbit hole of which pedal goes first and how do I do that and all that stuff. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're just going to talk about how you actually patch them together. Okay, so they all come sort of in this C shape, all right, in the letter C. All right, this episode is brought to you by those C. All right, and because it gets very compacted. Yeah. All right, there's lots of cable. In fact, have a look from the top-down camera here. All right, we've got connectors right next to each other. Yeah. And with a pedal board that's quite small, because I got this pedal board thinking, how many pedals do you really need? Yeah. I'm not going to need more than 3 or 4. I was young. I was foolish. Before the disease set in. Okay?
Before the gas.
Before it got hold of me. So you're coming out of one and into the other, but again, immediately I was like, hang on a minute. It's facing the wrong way. If I'm going into the side of that one, all right, this is facing the wrong way. But then the way that you see to do it on all the pictures and all the people that tell you to do it is, where you just bend it round like this. So you come out of this one and into the side of that one. And that is absolutely the way it's supposed to be. And that, to me, when you got quite a lot of pedals, because this pedal here, the connectors are going in the top. So all of a sudden, this stuff's in the way. I mean, I could try and fold it over there. But then you've got all this wasted space in the middle. Yeah. So then you start looking at, well, what are the space-saving options? What are the space-saving options out there? And I know the comment section is already like blowing up, potentially, if anybody's actually watching this, saying, what the hell is this guy rambling about? Why is this a thing? All right. Because you can get these nice flat cables. Oh, look at that.
Super flat.
Super flat. Super low profile. Yeah. Didn't cost very much money. Just got them off Amazon. Let's have a look at how this works. All right, let's plug that in there. And let's plug this in here. Yep. And look at how much space that hasn't saved. I mean, because the fact that the flat doesn't mean anything because you're still bending it round.
And the thing is, the parts don't exactly line up, so they're not flat against each other either. If would make a difference.
Yeah. Then you get the problem. All right, that not every pedal is got side-mounted connectors. In fact,
Yeah.
it seems to be very much split between sided, all right, and top-mounted.
Top-mounted.
All right? And this is where, and again, maybe this was just all new to me, but it just didn't seem to make any sense, because let me get that one going again. Okay? All right, so let's go out of the side of this one.
Yeah.
Okay? And round into the top of this one.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look.
It's the wrong way.
The connector's still the wrong way around.
But if you do plug it in...
All right?
Mm.
All right? There's twisted. The one thing I've never really wanted to do with a cable is, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just twist it. All right? The amount of stuff out there that's advertised at being really flexible so you can twist it really easily. I'm like, but why are we twisting it? Why don't you just put the connector the other way around?
Yeah.
All right? Because as soon as you're twisting it round, it's pushing it into these weird shapes, and it's getting in the way of the knobs, and you're trying to tuck it out of the way. Yeah. And it's just, again, it's taking up a lot of space, because your flat cables that you've bought, possibly even spending more money on, right? Because of the fact that they're flat, as soon as you twist them, that's not flat anymore. That's taking up exactly the same amount of space. I mean, look at that. It's taking up exactly the same amount of space.
Yeah, as a
round cable. Because you've twisted it. So what was the point?
What's the point?
And I'm just thinking, surely I'm not the only one who thinking the connector just needs to be the other way around. They need to be going in opposing directions.
Yep, that's what you think.
And it turns out that I'm not the only one. You know, my Dragon's Den moment evaporated before my eyes because, somebody's already thought that.
Yeah, and I've even got one.
You have, and you've got one. You've got one. Yeah, thanks, Ben.
The thing that you've been looking for.
Steal my thunder.
Sorry.
All right. No, it's perfectly fine, because there we go. So you've got your C-shaped cable.
Yep.
All right. And this is your S or Z-shaped cable. Z. So where'd you get these from?
To be honest, I've had it a long while. I can't remember. I think I've had that about 10 years.
The first time I saw that being mentioned, it was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Because the pedals that were on offer could either be bought in C shape or S shape. Right? But I couldn't click on the S option because it didn't exist. It was being advertised, but it didn't exist. So I Googled it and I looked at, now that I know what they're called, S-shaped cables, or, right? I found one or two other places where they were apparently available. Clicked on them, out of stock.
So basically, nobody's
perpetually out of stock. And I'm thinking, why? This is obviously a solution to a problem that exists.
Yeah.
I mean, this is first world problems. This is first world guitar people problems.
It is.
These aren't real problems.
I don't think Jimi Hendrix would have been too bothered.
I think he would have done. I think me and Jimmy are on the same page with this one.
Well, this is it. This is the marketing problem.
Exactly.
Because if Jimi Hendrix had used one of these cables...
This would be called a Jimmy.
It would be called a Jimmy
Hey, have you got one of those Jimmy cables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I suppose if nobody's buying them, they're not going to produce them. That's the thing. Nobody knows about them.
Well, it's a chicken and the egg thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's we're not going to make them unless we know people are buying them.
Yeah.
But people aren't buying them if nobody's making them. So the places that apparently spent a little bit of time and money realizing that this should be an option, all right, made them, and then maybe not enough people bought them. So they thought, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
But is that because it's a bad idea? Because it doesn't fix an obvious problem?
Hey, I was thinking, these C-type cables with both the plugs the same way, I think most of the time people need them this way, the S-type. Why don't we do that?
No. That's just what they'd be expecting us to do. Or is it just they didn't market it well enough for people to know?
I suppose if there's not enough profit in it, then maybe they don't bother.
Or, and I do worry about this, maybe no one cares. But I refuse to believe that no one cares because I care.
Somebody will be watching this video.
There's somebody going, yes, I told you! Like the Leonardo DiCaprio. They're looking at the TV. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So, so why does nobody... So what do we do? Now, I've rewired my guitar.
Yep.
You obviously do your little... You do a little bit of soldering, don't you?
A bit of soldering.
A little bit. So you got a little bit of a thing going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But people are scared of soldering.
I could make my own cables, but you know, there's more going on than just the direction of the cables.
Yeah.
The other thing that I found is an issue when you're buying cables is the length of them. All right? You put two pedals next to each other and they're both side mounted.
Yeah.
All right? And then you decide at some point, actually, no, I don't want them next to each other. I want to change the pedal order.
Yeah.
And now that cable that was the perfect length, okay, needs to now go to a top mounted one and it doesn't reach anymore. Or now it's too long.
Yeah.
All right.
So you've got to have just loads of different lengths.
Loads of different cables, and they come in sort of 3-inch, if you can get like 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch. All right. The problem is then when you're ordering them, the way that they size the cables is different. I fell for the whole. Is it measured from tip to tip, because some people do, or are we just measuring the bit in the middle between the connectors, because people do it in different ways?
See, I've never come across that before.
Well, you'd think it would just be a standardized thing, but it seems that it's like trousers, all right?
Trousers.
Like trousers, a 40-inch trouser will fit sometimes, and then other times, you can't even get it on one leg.
I know. If you buy it from Shein, then it might not work.
Well, perhaps not. Anyway, trouser problems.
Yeah,
which could be an entire other movement.
It could. This is completely unrelated. Sorry, we can cut this out if we need to. But I once bought a curtain.
If you need to share.
Yeah, I need to share a curtain suit to go to a Bollywood party.
Oh yeah. I got one of those once.
The trousers are like one size fits all.
They are. They're massive.
Absolutely.
I went into the changing room. We went into Bradford because that's where you go to, because it's like walking into another country. And they got these fantastic shops with all these things. All right. And I was in the changing room, and the shop assistant handed me these trousers. They were this big. I'm like, excuse me.
But like,
I've put on a few pounds, but oh my goodness,
super comfy.
The most comfortable thing I've ever worn. It's like these parachute pants. Anyway, back to this. So I think to myself, I'll solder my cables.
Yep.
All right. Then you look at buying the parts. Which cables? Which ends? Are they flat enough? But the ones that you can make yourself tend to be these quite big, wide pancake things. And I know some people that do that, but
they will look nice.
They do, but you get some pedals like the JHS Morning Glory, and you've got connectors like this next to each other, and sometimes the pancake are so big.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, am I there? Am I in shot?
Try that.
The pancakes are so. I wish I'd got some to show, but I didn't end up buying any because this was the problem. In fact, the ones that I did buy, I sent back. All right. So you very often got these, right? Or the top of this one. This is where I had the problem with it. On this TC Electronic Gyms. Look at how close.
Oh yeah.
So they are. So these pancake connectors wouldn't sit next to each other. So I sent them back. On the pre-made cables. That was one of the first set of cables that I got. So I'm looking at the ones you could make yourself. I'm just going to have exactly the same problem because there's these big fat pancakes.
Yep.
Call them pancakes because they're big and round. All right. So in all this, all right, I saw the solderless ones, and my gut reaction was, that can't be right.
Yeah, I saw.
That can't be right. That's a gimmick. That's not going to work.
Yeah. I've always been skeptical as well. Didn't like Daddario do them as well.
Yep.
They did a version.
Yep.
But
when you're looking at it and thinking, well, even if I was to solder them, even if you could find the connector small enough, and even if they weren't eye-wateringly expensive by the time you've worked out how much you've spent on all the parts, all right, I could have bought another couple of pedals, which I'm going to anyway. But don't tell my wife. Okay.
She's watching.
She knows nothing. she doesn't watch this. She would have got bored a long time ago. All right. So even if you did do that, you've still got the problem with the cable is now a little bit too short. That's a little bit too long.
Yeah.
I need to adjust it, so I have to desolder it. What am I going to do? Chop a bit off, put it on.
Speed. If you're not if you're not super duper experienced.
You're melting your cables.
You're
burning your fingers.
But even just knowing what length.
What length
to do, solder it, so it's just perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And this all becomes a thing when you're trying to fit as many pedals in a small space as you can to fit in the bag.
Yeah.
You found that brand new pedal that you just think, oh, I can squeeze that in. I can put it sideways like this or something. And all of a sudden you've got...
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate
that. Don't get me started.
Pedals need to be straight.
Yeah. Well, I'm not judging. I revisited the idea of the solderless ones because I thought, well, if you can just screw them and unscrew them, and maybe I'm yeah, that's 7:32. Maybe I'm prejudging. Maybe it's better than I think it's going to be. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a look at it.
Yeah.
And it's when I saw a kind of a breakdown. Maybe we could put it up on screen. The thing that I saw this picture because I thought, how does a solderless cable? How do you make two connectors inside it? I can understand a screw going through the outer sheath and hitting the contact, but what about the other positive terminal of the middle?
Yeah.
How you're not doing it? You're just sticking it in and screwing it on. Where's that going? So when I saw the breakdown of, it's actually these ones, these pedal patches. Right?
Pedal patches.
Patches. I saw these being advertised. Somebody on YouTube was on about it. And I saw exactly how it works. And inside that, and it's absolutely impossible for this to show up on the camera, but inside there, right in there, where you're putting the cable in, right, there's a pin. There's like a spike.
Yeah.
And that is going, because the cables that come with it are like properly sized, right? As long as you make the cut on the cable completely straight, right, goes in there, the pin goes straight into where the
middle,
the core of the cable is, and that makes the connection.
Yeah.
Right. When you put the screw in the outside, that cuts through the outer sheath. And once you've tied it up, I thought, you know what? I can't see that not working.
The thing is, as well, even if it doesn't work, it's like 30 seconds to do it again.
Exactly, just do it again.
Yeah.
All right. You can either use a multimeter or a cable tester just to quickly test that you've got connections before you plug it all in.
Or you can get your guitar really close to amplifier. That's what I do.
Well, you would. Because you can actually play. Okay. All right. So I thought, you know, I'm going to give it a go, and these are the ones I got. I thought it was 80 quid, but that was to make 10 cables.
Yeah.
So that I thought in terms of £8 per cable, not only custom length, but custom angled. Because the other thing that doesn't seem to exist with patch cables is the ability to have them straight.
Yeah.
Everything's at an angle. Yeah. So look, coming to this, because again, when you start getting into the whole thing with pedals and pedal orders, you realise that you're not always going to go througugh in a line and then come back again. You might be looping up and down like this because you want the pedals at the front that you're going to be, accessing, all the time. And your pedals up here that are kind of your always on pedals, like the Morning Glory pedal. I'm always a little bit skeptical when people, because I will never just by default do what everybody else is doing. Yeah. I'm like, I want to see, if it's any good. All right. Yeah. If I'm going to have this always on, I want to see myself. I'm not just going to do it. That's because everybody else is doing it. Yeah. The thing is about it, once you've turned it on, it's like I can't turn this off. This is wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Scott. All right. This is a wonderful thing, and it does. It's like that's so. I don't need this at the front now because I'm not going to be switching that on and off. Yeah. I mean, side point. The cool thing about this pedal and some of his other pedals is that you can side mount a remote, which is a little extra foot switch, which you can then put down here to switch between the high and low gain settings. Yeah. So this can sit at the top of the board. All right. So that means that your cable will be coming up, and sometimes your signal coming down. And if you've got, for example, let's just say, and I have ended up with it in this configuration, all right, with a pedal. Let me use with a cable coming out of the side of one. Yeah. Depending on what sort of position you end up with, I'm looking at it thinking, well, that's the input for this pedal. Wouldn't that be great if it was just went straight in? Yeah. All right, because if you've got a 90-degree angle one, you're still ending up with this thing going on. You're kind of twisting around. So wouldn't that be great if that just went straight in? Yeah. And so with these pedal patch ones, you've got the option, all right, of either having the cable going in the side as a 90-degree angle or straight. So I can have every single cable on my board not only perfectly sized, but perfectly oriented. Yeah. Because coming back to the whole S and C-shaped thing, vast majority of times, and this is why I don't understand, this is what I'm really confused, why the C shape became the default one. Because it seems to me that the vast majority of times, you actually want them in opposing directions. Because, I mean, the little one that, I did it here somewhere.
The little,
Here we go.
Here we go, yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's
now
fine.
that one is C-shaped because it generally lives here. All right. I love that. I love the fact that that is so small. That makes me smile every time I see it.
Yeah, that's super tiny.
Because it's just so tiny and it's so completely out of the way.
Yeah.
But there's another one. This, again, was like... So let's go back to the whole C-shape thing and the traditional kind of conventional wisdom that what you do with your cables is that you come out of one, you loop it round and go into the other. And I'm looking at that and thinking, but still, they're in opposing directions.
Yeah.
And all this looping round here is completely redundant. What if the cable looked like that?
Yeah.
Coming out of one into the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, I discovered those hard
the
connectors.
hard ones, yeah.
All right. And you think, because initially it's like, oh, what a brilliant idea. But there's a problem with those. All right. Because you're designed to kind of stomp on these with your feet, if there's a hard connector between them, and you've got the little bit of Velcro between each one, there is a little bit of movement between the pedals as you're stomping on and off them.
There is.
So if there's a hard connection between them, it's putting strain on the connectors. Yeah. And over time, that is going to start breaking stuff.
Of course it is.
So you want something that has got that flex to it, so it's like a suspension between the two.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be a great idea if they were in opposing directions? Because look at this. Again, this kind of makes me happy. It probably shouldn't. It shouldn't make me as happy as it did when I did it. All right, when I made this cable up.
What to say?
Smaller
the better.
The smaller the better. That is. that's a motto to live by. All right, look at that.
Yes, bro.
Look at that, and I can get that. Not only can I get that tight in like that.
Yeah, if I bring the camera over a bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that tight in. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. It still leaves room to get the remote into there.
Yeah.
And I don't know a cable where you'd be able to get that tight, that close in. And yet, there's still the flexibility. If I'm stomping on that, it's having absolutely no effect on this one.
Yeah.
So it's like
still the flexibility. On
it's not looping around here.
The extension remote cable.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose as well, you could probably wire this into that directly. Or is that it? Have you done that already? Or is that the cable it comes with?
No, I made one.
You just made one for it. Sam.
It's the point of the video, Sam. Ben, all right? I made the cables. It didn't come with one. No. Yeah. So that just then comes... tucks down there.
Room to get around.
Down there, yeah. And down to the remote that's down here.
Yeah.
Okay?
So sound.
And again, you start like... I've reconfigured my board.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've plugged it in and unplugged it. These have not come apart.
Yeah.
These have not come apart. Now, some people think, they might have been put off by some reviews that they've seen because, they didn't work. All right. There's a couple of simple things you got to do. And probably we'll do an episode on that. You know, how do you make sure that these work every time? What's the simple little things you can do to test them? But I think why is this not a thing? The supposed inferiority of a mechanical screwed connection instead. And then you think of every single appliance in this room.
Yeah.
Every single one of them with 240 volts going through it. Are they soldered together? Are any of those connectors soldered together?
No, they're screwed.
No, they're screwed.
You're correct.
All right. Your Ethernet cables. All right. You ever put together an Ethernet cable?
Just stabbed.
You just crimp them together. Right? Gigabytes of data going through these cables. We haven't, and they get unplugged, and they're just plastic.
Yeah.
So this lovely piece of stainless steel. I mean, you can get other ones. All right. But like the what are they called?
I've seen them as well.
Evidence audio, that's it.
Evidence audio,
not source audio. So, the kind of like premium ones, like Evidence audio, they don't have a little screw that you put in. It's kind of this hand screw, and there's a little bit more to it. I'm really good. I'm not going to knock it at all, but because of this hand screw thing, the only option is the 90-degree. There isn't the hole in the end
Right, okay.
to do the straight cable
these
thing.
are just so flexible.
It gives you that ultimate thing. Now, like I said, 80 quid for this kit, and this is no paid promotion going on here. I mean, I'm talking about these ones because they're the first ones I found.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try it. The make of them, they're really nice. They're really solid. It's full metal. That is not coming apart. No matter how much I pull on it.
So how many connectors and cable do you get in the kit?
Well, you get 20 connectors, so you can make 10 cables. All right, so at 80 quid, that's £8 a cable. A custom made, custom oriented, custom length cable, and it came with 8 meters of cable. By the time I'd made all of my cables, I'd probably used about 1.5 meters, if that. I've got like 6.5 meters of cable.
So, I mean, and I bet you can get the connectors extra as well if you need.
And you can buy extra connectors. They're like a £5 or something.
Okay.
So if I need more cables, I've more patch cables. I've got all the cables that I need.
That'll bring down the price of each patch cable more as well.
And it does. It does.
Yeah.
Now, they're not the only ones on the market. I saw these other ones. They're the Ghost Fire.
Yeah. Are they identical?
Do you know? Well, that was the big question because they looked the same, and I recognised Ghost Fire because it was the name of the pedal board that I bought.
Oh, right, yeah.
Again, I got a random one off Amazon, as you do, and I thought actually that was put together quite well. It could have been cheesy. The bag that it came with, that was all right. So I thought, and given the fact that this kit of 10 cables was £27, again, little alarm bells going off. How good can it really be? It's like over £50 cheaper than the other one.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? In for a penny, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount of money to waste. And they turned up, and do you know what? There is a slight difference. All right? There is a slight difference. All right? Let me just put this on camera so you can just see. All right? Now, they're gold-plated, which is always nice. A little bit of difference. All right? And I was thinking, is that plastic? But I don't think this is the one I did it. But I scratched off the inside, and it's not. They are metal. They are metal. But it seems like, I don't know if that seems like a looser fit. The pedal patch ones. All right. If I just undo the screw on this one. Yeah. So looking at the two of them. How's that going? You'll find the other pad. Okay. So these I thought quite loose. All right. Whereas these ones. There's a satisfying kind of
a snap,
nice little snap to them. I thought, okay, fair enough. Looking at them, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up. I cannot detect a difference between them. All right. Now that's not to say that there isn't, because it comes down to the metal that they're made of and all the rest of it. So I'm not knocking anybody and saying, all right, but and I thought, well, does the black one fit on these? It's exactly the same fit. Will the pedal patch one go on the Ghost Fire one? Yeah, it fits exactly the same. That nice little snap onto it. Right then. But then once I'd made them up, and then I came to that inevitable point of, well, I want to change something. There is a slight advantage of it being looser because it literally just comes straight off. I found that these ones kind of had to get your screwdriver in and just pop it off. Is that a bad thing? Probably not. It's just it wasn't as quick to change them over.
Yeah.
To reconfigure, but maybe that's because it's just a better fit. It's a tolerance fit.
Time will tell.
I don't know.
Time will tell.
You could go on forever thinking, do you know what? UK-based company, the customer service. What am I going to get? Yeah, some random Amazon. I don't know.
Do you get less cable with the Ghost Fire?
There was significantly less cable with this. It was certainly I can't remember. Probably 2 or 3 meters. More than enough to make your 10 cables.
So the other kit, it's almost like pedal board patch cables for life.
Yes.
A bit like a bag for life, but in patch cables.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say one was better than the other. I'm just saying that there were differences.
Yeah.
All right. You're not being sold exactly the same thing for significantly more money. There is a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the manufacturing. But the whole point is either one of them worked.
Well, there you go then.
All right. And neither one of them, here we go, incendiary comment, sounded any different from each other. All right.
But one was more expensive.
But one was more expensive.
But one was gold plated.
Yeah, but one was gold plated. All right. Okay.
Okay.
What I will just say, all right, when you come in to use these, all right, because on the pedal patch one, all right, I was getting very excited because I was getting them all together, and maybe I started rushing it a little bit, but there was a little bit of tension as I was putting it in, and my big sausage fingers didn't want to stop, and I sheared off the screw into one of them. However, I read a review on the other ones, and somebody said they did exactly the same thing. So I don't think there's any issue with, I mean, the tiny screws. Oh dear, they are tiny screws. So if you are ham-fisted, all right, if your hands are just made for like hitting massive power chords and nothing else, then you're gonna probably. But yeah, so if you're doing it and you're feeling any kind of serious like resistance, all right. Just back off and just get it seated properly, and they're absolutely fine.
That's brilliant.
And I think it's just, if anybody's out there that's thinking, oh, they can't be any that good, I was exactly the same. And again, there's no, we're not being paid for this. Yeah. Nobody's promoting them. Nobody's going to pay me to say anything. All right, who the hell am I? Who's even watching this? So yeah, it was just a case of, do you know what? I found that really useful. The other thing is, you know, this I haven't, maybe you've even spotted that. Probably, you know, I'm not even going to try and put that back in because I'm distracted. I'll do that later.
Look how easy it is.
Look how easy that was, everyone. Okay, so, what's that?
I can't remember. Where were we?
No.
You were putting it down.
I was putting it down.
This is a problem with multitasking.
I can't do this.
Anyway,
it's been a lovely time.
It has. Patch cables.
Patch cables done right. Do it yourself. Make them yourself. Reconfigure them yourself. All right, that one wants to be slightly shorter. All right, I'll nip a bit off that and redo it, or I'll just use the extra cable that I've got and make one and keep that bit. Because at some point, I'm probably going to need a cable that's exactly that length.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just have a little cupboard full and I'll just pick out exactly which...
And make them S-shaped.
Make them S-shaped. Because why is that not a thing? Why is it, if you're going to have one over the other, are they not mostly S-shaped instead of C-shaped? Because it does seem that whether the connectors are next to each other, or one going that way and one going that way,
that's it.
Most of the time, the only time that the C connector makes perfect sense is when you've got two top-mounted pedals next to each other, because they're both facing the same direction. So you do need both. But having one available and not the other makes no sense whatsoever.
I think I'm going to buy some of them solderless patch cables. That's what I've learned. And I'm going to get them.
I think
I've got a board to build.
You have got a board to we've all got boards to build and rebuild and keep rebuilding forever and ever. Amen. Then the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for, with a patch to call my own. We'll transport all the tone, and you, my friend, will see these were all made